Good morning, children. Listen, the proposal of your textbook is going on. Yesterday, we had discussed the introduction of the lesson, gist of the lesson, and detailed summary of the lesson. Now the time has come to discuss the extract based comprehension questions. Here you can see the first extract. It's called I am trembling all over, just as if I had got an examination before me. The great thing is I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I will never get married. Very important lines of the text. Your first question is there. Who is saying, I am trembling all over as if I had got an examination before me? You can easily say, Ivan Vasilievich Lomov. If you feel any trouble to write Vasilievich, you can easily write Ivan Lomov in your answer. Now see the second question. What is the great thing that the speaker is talking about? The speaker is talking about real love and marriage. Now it is clear to you. Third question. What a state of Lomov's mind does the passage reflect? His mind reflects that way. He would never get married because it is difficult to get an idea or real love. And last question, fourth, why did Lomov not want to wait for real love? It is very clear to you. This was because he was anxious to get married. So he could not wait for real love. Extract number 2. Then you make out that I am a land grabber? Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anybody else's land, and I shall not allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. Oxen meadows are mine. Who is a madam? First of all, you should think who has told this extract? Ivan, you can say Ivan Lomov. Your first question is there. Who is madam in the above lines? And you can say madam is Natalia. Question 2. In which situation does Lomov call himself a land grabber? Natalia accuses Lomov of grabbing oxen meadows because their quarrel was based on meadows. auction meters. So Natalia had blamed Lomov for grabbing auction meadows. So Lomov says that he is not a land grabber who grabs other land is called grabber. Question 3. What had happened to the speaker? The speaker got infuriated with Natalia for having called him a land grabber. Who is speaker? Speaker is Lomov, Ivan Lomov. So he is infuriated because Natalia had told her land grabber. Last question. What will he not allow the other? It is clear, written in the passage, he will not allow anybody to accuse him of having grabbed anyone's land. Question extract 3 is there before you. What a surprise! We have had the land for nearly 300 years. And then we were suddenly told that it is not ours. Ivan Vasilevich. I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows are not worth much to me. They only come to live the settings and are worth perhaps 300 rubles. But I cannot stand unfairness. Say what you will, I cannot stand unfairness. Your first question is there before you. Who speaks the above lines and to whom? Lomov speaks these lines to Natalia. Yes. Question 2. How much are the meadows worth? It is very easy for you. You can easily write 300 rubles. Question 3. Who is the speaker of these lines? Natalia Stepnova. And fourth, last question. What is difficult for the speaker to believe? That the meadows don't belong to the speaker. Dear children, such extracts are very important for your examination. You should read other extracts. For this, you should read the lesson again and again by yourself, and you will understand the everything of the lesson. So this is my suggestion to you, that you should listen or you should read this lesson again and again in order to understand the lesson. Now you can see the character sketch of the lesson. First character sketch is Natalia. Natalia is talkative and short tempered. Yes. She is very much concerned about her family's honor and land. She is argumentative also. She argues with Lomov about the ownership of oxen meadows and the superiority of her dog Squeezer. She is very keen to get married. These lines are very important for you. In short, if you are told to write the character sketch of Natalia, you can explain these lines. Second character is Stepanovich Subukov. He is father of Natalia. Stepanovich Subukov is a landowner. You know, he is father of Natalia. He has a helping nature towards Lomov. He loves his daughter and plays the role of a good father. He is in search of a good match for his daughter. He is a good selector of words. He calls Lomov my angel, treasure, etc. This shows his cunningness when Subukov finds Lomov fighting with Natalia. He immediately changes and starts to support his daughter. He uses many ill words for Lomov and tells him to leave his house. Other person is Lomov. You know about him. Now, short answer questions, and you have to answer these questions in 30 to 40 words. Describe Lomov's first meeting with Natalia. Lomov goes to his neighbor Subukov's house to ask for the hand of his daughter Natalia. He is in a fix how to make the marriage proposal. He talks in a roundabout manner. He makes a mention of his meadows which touch their virtues. At this, a quarrel ensues or starts between them over the ownership right the meadows. Question 2. Why is Lomov anxious to marry Natalia? Lomov wants to settle the question of his marriage at once. That is why he was anxious on the issue of marriage with Natalia. He thinks that now he should not delay. He thinks about Natalia. She is a skilled housekeeper. She is educated and is not bad to look at. At this age, he should not expect a better girl than her. He is suffering from some serious diseases. Because of these reasons, he is anxious to marry Natalia. Question 3. How does Lomov speak warmly to Subukov's family in the beginning? Why does he change his stand? Very common question in the beginning. Lomov speaks quite warmly about Subukov's family. He reminds Natalia that he knows the Subukov since his childhood. His aunt and uncle too had great respect for her family. Both the families have been most friendly and close neighbors. Lomov changes his opinion about the Subukovs. Here you see Subukovs means Subukov and his daughter Natalia. That is why the word Subukov has been made plural. So two Subukovs means Subukov and his daughter Natalia. When he picks up a quarrel with Natalia and Subukov over the ownership of auction meadows. Question 4. Justify the title of the play, the proposal, or what is the theme of the message of the proposal. You know the writer, Anton Chekhov. Anton Chekhov has aptly or rightly titled the play, The Proposal. The title justifies the main theme, the marriage of Natalia and Lomov. No doubt, both Lomov and Natalia want to be life partners. However, unnecessary quarrels over auction meadows and their dogs Squeezer and Guess temporarily spoil their game. The message is very clear. The main issues must not be clouded and lost sight of by indulging in unnecessary and avoidable quarrels. So, there are questions for long answer question, and you have to answer these questions in 100 to 150 words. The way Subukov, Natalia, and Lomov fought over petty issues, petty means trivial or small issues, is against the behavior and mannerisms of good neighbors. Comment. What would you have done to resolve the issue if you were in the place of Subukov? Lomov and Subukovs were neighbors. Lomov came to Subukovs to propose Natalia. But instead of proposing, they started fighting over petty issues, means trivial issues or small issues like auction meadows and quality of dogs. This is not the quality of good neighbors. Neighbors should live like friends. There should be a positive relationship between the two neighbors. There should be understanding and patience among neighbors. The fight between Lomov and Subukovs could have been avoided if handled carefully. The issue of meadows could be resolved calmly and quietly by a good conversation, by a good talk. There must have been some documents showing the ownership of the meadows, or both the parties could be convinced by making them understand that if they got married, the meadows will belong to both of them. Similarly, the issues of dog could be solved instead of counting the negative points of each other's dogs. They can discuss the positive features of the dogs. Thus, the issue could be resolved. Question 2. Describe the incidence of humor in the play. The proposal. The proposal is certainly a humorous play. The very entry of Lomo in a formal dress and the way Subukov greets calling him darling, my treasure, or my beauty make one laugh. Marriage proposal, supposed to be romantic, turns to be humorous as the way Natalia and Lomo indulge in arguments over petty issues like ownership of oxen meadows and superiority of dogs make the play humorous. The critical terms that the characters which have been used or each other like a scarecrow, turnip ghost, blind hen, stuffed sausage, etc. Force one to laugh. The hysterical fit of Natalia when she comes to know about the proposal and the wailing of father and daughter when they think Lomo is dead create immense humor. Finally, the way Natalia puts her hand in Lomo's under continuous arguments indicating acceptance of the proposal is really humorous. Thus, we see that the whole play is replete with humor, making it a humorous play. Question 3. Subukov has all the attributes of a quarrelsome rich Russian landlord. Instead of solving the problems, he only adds fuel into the fire in their quarrel over oxen meadows and the dogs. Justify the statement. Subukov represents a typical rich landlord of 19th century Russia. He seems to be fairly rich and resourceful. Even his neighbor Lomo acknowledges the frequent help rendered to him by Subukov. He lends his threshing machine to Lomo. On account of this help, he has to put off their own threshing till November. Subukov is quite practical. He knows that Lomov can be a good match for his daughter, Natalia. So he at once gives his assent to Lomov's proposal of marrying her. Actually, he has been waiting for such a proposal for a long time. Subukov is a landlord and cannot resist his hunger for land. He opposes the claim of Lomov over the ownership of oxen meadows. He even threatens to send his mowers out to the meadows. Subukov can be quite quarrelsome, abusing and insulting. He always sides with his daughter. He picks up a quarrel on oxen meadows. He calls Lomov a land grabber and villain. He abuses his grandfather of being a drunkard and his father a gambler. Gambler, Juari. He jumps into the quarrel and adds only fuel to the fire. However, Subukov is a great opportunity. He grabs the opportunity the moment Lomov comes into the senses. He makes Natalia kiss and embrace Lomov and gets them married. There are some unsolved questions for you to do. Short answer. How does Natalia react when she comes to know that Lomo has come to propose? Second question, Natalia was not Lomo's real love, but still he wanted to marry her. Give two reasons for his decision. Third, which qualities are common in all the three characters in the play, The Proposal? There is a question, long, long answer question for you to solve. Discussion and disputes seldom solve a problem. Describe the dispute between Natalia and Lomo over their dogs and their superiority. Dear children, I would like to suggest you that you should read this lesson with understanding again and again. Second, be careful about the characters, summary, gist, and exercises of the lesson. And please write the answers of the exercises which have been given in your textbook, in your notebook. So I think you will do this. Thank you.